Hello, Arlington ISD, and welcome to the District Update for Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. I'm Anita Foster. Today we're on location at Workman Junior High, home of the Workman Wildcats. We've got an agenda for you today that includes an update on COVID-19, virtual learning, our enrollment update, and we're going to take a look at a few bright spots as we kick off the new school year. Dr. Cavazos is here with us to go over all of these topics, and I know you're always on fire for a new school year.
Well, I'm telling you, Anita, the beginning of a new school year is always exciting, and this year is no different. We started the new school year pretty seamlessly. I want to thank all our teachers, our staff, everyone across the district for making the beginning of the school year an excellent start. I was able to visit classrooms. I still am visiting classrooms, and it's just, teachers are engaged, students are engaged. It's just an excellent start to our school year.
Now, we know that we do have some challenges at the start of this school year, and I think we all probably thought we would have COVID in our rear view mirror by this point, but we simply don't. What are some of the challenges that we're facing and some of the protocols that are in place to keep everyone safe?
Absolutely, Anita. We still have that pandemic challenge, and we know that. And I want to start by saying that I do receive a volume of emails from both staff and community. And I want to thank everyone for their feedback and their very thoughtful feedback. I can't respond to every single email, but I do read every email. And I'll tell you in a nutshell where we are with masks in Arlington ISD. We do not have a mask mandate, but we know that there are things we can do. And as superintendent, I can encourage everyone to wear a mask when they're in our buildings. Everyone to also continue to monitor your health. So if you feel ill and you don't feel well, we want you to go take a test and not come to school. If you are positive, we want you to stay home. And we're requiring you to stay home, both staff and students. That continues to help mitigate the spread. For staff, we're not going to count those 10 days against the staff, so we're going to actually cover them as a school district. We've announced that already. We also allowing students to make up the work if they're out of school. We want to make sure that we use the tools we can use to mitigate the spread. Also, Anita, quite frankly, the biggest tool that we have is the vaccine. And I encourage everyone who can and wants to take the vaccine to take the vaccine, because that continues to be a big game changer for this pandemic. So we know we have some things that we can control and things we can do, and those are the things we're doing so that we can continue to operate a school system and do the fundamental thing, which is provide instruction for our students and our young learners.
Dr. Cavazos, thank you for that update, especially as we continue to face challenges. We'll look forward to continuing to hear updates from you about COVID-19. Now let's turn our attention to something that we just rolled out, and that's virtual learning. We didn't have that on the first day of school, but we have it now.
That's correct, Anita. I want to begin with a thank you to our teachers, our staff, everyone involved in our virtual school. We have about 2,000 students now enrolled in the virtual school. We have about 90 teachers who are teaching in the virtual environment, and I want to thank them for their effort and their adaptability. We know it's important for students to continue to learn, and here's one more tool. For pre-K through 6th grade students who are interested in doing virtual learning, this is an opportunity for them. So again, we kicked that off, short amount of time, but have many students already enrolled in that.
What are some of the big differences that students might see between this round of virtual learning and maybe what they've taken in the past?
That's a good point, Anita. It won't be like last year. So they will have live instruction every day. The teachers will not be teaching concurrently. They won't be teaching some students in school and some students virtually. It'll all be virtual. So the teachers are dedicated just to that. We know we had to limit some of the offerings because of the virtual environment itself. So some extracurricular and activities such as those will be limited, and we also know that we're able to provide the services that we provide in school. This is yet another tool for parents to make a choice. We want our students fundamentally to be learning, to be engaged, and to be developing as they go through the school year.
How long do you anticipate the virtual learning option to be one for students?
Yeah, so we will continue to evaluate this. We're going to evaluate it every 6 weeks. So we're going to take it 6 weeks at a time and determine both interest and need and things that we can surface and offer to continue this program if we can.
Now, going along with virtual learning, we've had a lot of questions, concerns about enrollment. Last year, we know we lost students, and quite frankly, I'm not sure we know where they all went. But this year, our Operation Registration team has been really working to get as many kids in school as possible. How is our enrollment looking so
So
far?
Anita, I'm actually encouraged with our enrollment numbers today. We have an enrollment projection of 56,447 students. Today we're sitting with 55,810 students. So we're very close to our projections, and we know that in Arlington ISD, our enrollment begins to peak after Labor Day. That's just traditionally how it happens. And so being this close during this time to our enrollment projection is actually very encouraging. Fundamentally encouraging because we know students are receiving instruction. They're receiving the learning and the development that they need. We don't want this school year to have a gap. We want that continued learning to occur so that students continue to have success.
One of the areas that we saw a pretty significant drop in enrollment last year, understandably, was pre-K 3 and pre-K 4. How is that looking for this year?
So again, this is one of our bright spots because pre-K enrollment today is very strong. We have about 3,100 students enrolled in pre-K. This time last year, we had about 2,400 students enrolled in pre-K. So we know that the things that we're doing, thank you to you and our pre-K department led by Dr. Orsini and others, that the things we're doing to encourage parents to bring pre-K students to school is working. We know that sets up students very well for their future, and it's another investment in Arlington, but really encouraged with our pre-K enrollment because I think that'll continue the success of our students for years to come, quite frankly.
Well, that is very good news, and with you, we want that to continue. So let's take a look back at the beginning of our school year. We're 3 weeks in, and you've had the opportunity to do a few really, really great events.
That's right, Anita. So we kicked off the year like we always do with our annual back-to-school kickoff event at AT&T Stadium, where we handed out free backpacks and school supplies to over 10,000 Arlington ISD families. Again, a special thank you to the Gene and Jerry Jones Foundation for continuing to sponsor this event every year. And our PACE department that does all the coordination and the many volunteers that participate in that. It's important, as I've said before, for our families and our students to have the right supplies to begin the school year in the most positive way possible. And we held Ignite 2021 at AT&T Stadium, a virtual event. And I've got to tell you, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. The program was very engaging and from the beginning to the end, and you don't want to miss any of it. In fact, there are some prizes embedded for some staff members throughout the video, and some of you haven't claimed those wonderful prizes, so you have until September 10th to claim your prize of appreciation if you watch that video. And finally, I enjoy one of my favorite days of every school year, and that's the first day of school. I started off at Beebensee Elementary where we clapped in students into the building. I visited 2 pre-K classrooms on day 1. These students were highly engaged, their teachers were having fun. It was just a fun event. From there, we visited the Bowie P-Tech program and the new Fine Arts and Dual Language program at Gunn Junior High. Finally, stopped by the Center of Visual and Performing Arts and our newly relocated Berry and Thornton elementary schools. Again, a big thank you to everyone who made the beginning of our school year a success. It truly was exciting to see everyone back and a successful start to the school year. We know that the way we start the school year sets the tone for the entire year. And again, a big thank you to everyone.
Well, Dr. Cavazos, it's good to be back with the district update, our first one for the new school year. So thank you for all of the information. And for you guys watching, we're going to bring back the mailbag. So if you have a specific question for Dr. Cavazos, just email pio@aisd.net and put mailbag in the subject line. Ask your question and we'll answer as many as we can on our next edition of the District Update. So thank you again so much, and thank you all for watching. Until we see you again, stay safe and well.